We've just had our first ever instance of job losses tied directly to AI in Australia. When we say AI, we're not simply talking about a scapegoat where we secretly just offshore the jobs overseas. No, it's confirmed from a legitimate source that these job losses are directly tied to the introduction of new AI systems. This is the article we're looking at from the Australian Financial Review, where the first job cuts directly linked to artificial intelligence have just happened. There are two companies that have announced these layoffs. First, Commonwealth Bank. This is a really huge employer within Australia who employs over 38,000 people, 3,000 of which are in their call centre, and 45 of those jobs are being axed to a new AI system they've introduced. It's an AI voice bot that can answer simple customer queries such as account balances. So it's a very small number, but it's a sign of things to come, and they have their executives saying that AI is likely to further shrink this workforce over the coming years. The second company is an Australian tech company called Atlassian, who has slashed 150 customer support roles directly linked to their implementation of AI. I do have to give credit to Atlassian here. I did read in another article they are looking after their employees they're letting go and paying them 6 months worth of salary. Now, I really don't like this. I know from just a human point of view or an employee, but we're going to approach this from a business-centric point of view and why more of this is inevitable. Now, I did call out in a previous video the impacts of AI on the job market. In there, I made reference to why I don't think developers are at risk just yet. However, customer support would be. And we now have confirmed that is the case where we're actively seeing jobs cut in that area. Now, Atlassian and CBA aren't the only companies doing this. I've firsthand seen this as a customer of TP-Link. I've seen them integrate AI into their email system as a first point of contact to filter out customer support queries. And when I signed up for Kit to create a monthly newsletter and some sales landing pages, the entire onboarding and approval of my account was done by an AI customer support representative. And why we are going to see more of this is for two reasons. Obviously, reason number one, it saves companies lots of money. But number two, and I hate to say this, but it provides a better customer experience. Let me explain. We're going to look at a case study of Aussie Broadband. They're an internet service provider in Australia, and their entire brand was around keeping a local call center. So if you had technical issues, you'd get someone within 5 to 10 minutes local who was actually helpful. A lot of our internet service providers have this issue of offshoring their customer support to call centers where you'd have to wait up to an hour to get through to someone. The other companies obviously did this to save cost, which enabled them to offer a lower price. Now, Aussie Broadband, trying to do the ethical thing, keep jobs local, offer a great customer support experience. What happens when another ISP pops up who automates the entire process using AI? For a fraction of the cost, they can offer a better customer support experience because you will never have to wait on hold. Imagine that as a customer ringing up a company and instantly being connected to an AI system that can communicate to you clearly and resolve any issue that you have. Being instantly connected and resolving it as quickly as possible rather than being on hold for 5 to 10 minutes is a much better experience. That new company gets to offer a better experience and then they get to undercut because they've got that cost savings. It's competition 101, and now if Aussie Broadband doesn't do the same thing, they're eventually going to lose business and become uncompetitive. Running a business is brutally competitive, and even if companies want to keep people and pay them, they just won't be able to stay competitive if all of their competitors are taking advantage of this new tech and they aren't. This is why we're going to see more of this, and it's not going to stop. Now, if you're in customer support, anything repetitive like data entry, anything that can be easily automated away, I highly recommend you try to retrain, upskill, and go into something that's a bit harder to replace. No one actually knows what the future is going to hold. My personal prediction is we're going to see more of this kind of thing. And kind of unconventionally, if I had to guess, I think sales could potentially be next. If I'm thinking as a business, sure, you can automate HR, accounts, and all of those. But generally, when you want to do something, you want to see what the cost benefit is. Customer support was an ideal candidate because you improve the customer experience while saving money. And I believe sales is going to be the same thing. Pure speculation on my part, but I can envision an AI system that can hold a better, more charismatic conversation, following a script while in real time scraping the internet for personal information on the leads they are calling up. Now all of a sudden, you've got a sales team that is charismatic, follows the script, it knows something about the qualified lead. If they're targeting a specific area or demographic, they can switch to their native language and dialect. Technically, it's a bit harder to solve, but the cost benefit is huge. Save on commissions while potentially exploding your sales. That is my hot prediction. So yeah, that is our first confirmed job losses directly tied to AI that we've seen in Australia. I'd be interested to know, have you guys seen any other instances of this happening in other companies? What AI systems have they implemented? Let me know in the comments down below. Now, I do make tech videos every week on this channel, so if that interests you, go ahead and hit subscribe. And if you want to stay up to date on what's happening in the tech industry, I do have a free monthly newsletter where I cover all of these topics and more, as well as some of the things that happen behind the scenes for you guys. So if that interests you, I'll leave a link in the description down below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.